Welcome back to Passing Time with Craig. As always, I'm your host, Craig, and today I am joined by two fine fellows, the folks behind Holy Shit Ice Cream, Fraser and Bryce. Such a joy to chat with them. I absolutely love them. They've become really awesome friends in my life. I'm so glad to have met them, and we're going to chat about how they got into ice cream sandwiches, being a small business owner, working alongside somebody else, the keys to a successful business, and how important it is for other small businesses to support each other. So, such a great conversation. If you are an entrepreneur looking to get into business, I think this is a great little one to kind of listen to. And if you like ice cream sandwiches, this is a great one to listen to. And if you just like people, it's a great episode. So enjoy my chat with Fraser and Bryce from Holy Shit Ice Cream. Fraser, Bryce, thank you both for being here so much. Holy shit ice cream. Holy shit, it's delicious.
That's why that's the name.
Yeah. I first of all just adore you both, so I'm so excited to have you both on here.
I'm excited to be here
to chat with you. So I guess let's start before the business. Like, how did you two meet each other?
We met over a pound and a pint down at
Winking Owl.
the Wink and Owl.
Nice.
Yeah, we were wearing a matching outfit by mistake.
Yeah, it was our friend, a mutual friend of ours, just threw out the idea of us going for cheap wings.
Yeah.
And yeah, we sure knew.
It was like, you guys would all probably like each other. Yeah, we showed up literally matching t-shirts and shorts.
We're really original with our aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think we also then met just coincidentally a second time, and we also happened to be wearing basically the same thing again.
Basic white bitches.
Basic white dude.
It was a real stepbrothers moment. Like, we've just become best friends.
Yeah, and then I think our personalities and our temperament is pretty similar, and we coexist quite well, and just hit it off really quickly. And yeah, I mean, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who brought up ice cream first? Like,
That was all Fraser entirely.
Yeah, so I had been making ice cream sandwiches just as a hobby for about 4 years. So it just, COVID, everyone's shut inside.
Yes.
All the flour's gone from the markets. People are watching Tiger King, the best era of COVID. And there's a YouTube chef called Joshua Weissman who was quite new at the time, and he made an ice cream sandwich recipe, and he was very open about how he made it, had all the recipe, the ingredients, all of that jazz. And so I decided I'd give it a go, and it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Tasty. And so I just kept going on my own and just was like, ultimately it's some sort of cookie layer and some sort of ice cream layer.
Yeah.
And so I was relatively new to cooking anyway. Food for me was pretty utilitarian before getting into making ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
And so I was doing it as a hobby on and off for fun. And then I moved to Calgary in February 2021. Eventually I met Bryce. And I was still just doing this as a hobby. I think Bryce every year hosts a big party for Canada Day. Well, not really Canada Day, because for various reasons.
It happens to be a long weekend.
It's for the long weekend at the beginning of July. And so I brought Nanaimo flavored ice cream sandwiches.
Nice.
And, we enjoyed them together. And it got to a point where I was making them for people for events, started getting asked to make them more and more and more. And it got to a point where I just was like, financially, this is becoming a bit of a burden. As much fun as I'm having, I need to start charging people if they want them. And that was like September, October 2023.
Yeah.
And I was in a job at the time where I wasn't really stretching myself creatively. I'm a designer by trade. And so this was a nice creative outlet. And so I was like, let's just come up with a brand.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out. And then come January, it was, okay, this is either going to be a thing and I need to jump in with both feet, or it's not. And I need to call it and just have it as like a hobby that I occasionally do, don't take requests anymore. And so I was like, F it, I'm going to go all in, have some fun with it. You know, a few of the people that would eat them would take a bite and say, holy shit.
Yes.
I would also do that sometimes. And so it's a nice like double whammy of like, it's a fun name to say because you're cursing is it's already like a fun little thing. But also it's something that a lot of people say when they eat them, and that's really nice to hear. And also because they're gluten-free exclusively, when people find out about that as well, sometimes you also get a holy shit then as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. And that's one of the things that we've agreed on, is that we're not marketing gluten-free first.
Yeah.
Because they're good enough to be competing with, you know, any sandwich, and gluten-free tends to have a stigma around it of being a slightly marred flavor or texture in some contexts.
Yeah.
But my sister's celiac, one of the reasons I wanted to make it gluten-free. And so she was a bit of a baker herself. She gave me some tips and tricks as I was making them. And so that's how it really like launched. And I found a kitchen space, had to be like an AHS approved kitchen because it's a frozen product, all of the boring businessy bits. And kind of just hit the ground running. Didn't really know what it was going to be or grow to. Didn't really have a clear objective with it other than just a really nice hobby that was growing.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where there was lots of facets of the business that I was okay doing, but I wanted some sort of help with. But it was just like a nice garden party moment, relaxing with you and with Bryce and our friends. And we were kind of talking about holy shit and how it was growing. And then
I got a little envious, truthfully.
You.
Yeah, I am not a creative person by trade. I am very much like,
that's not true.
I feel like I struggle to get things off the ground. Like I'm good at getting continuing a ball rolling, and contributing after the fact. So I was a little envious. I was like, this guy just went and, created a hobby for himself and then turned it into, now he's trying to push it into this successful business. And I was like, well, I want a part of that.
Yeah.
So it was, from that point on, I just asked, I said, hey, do you mind if I give you a hand in the kitchen a couple times? Like, you sounds like you need the extra, just little bit of assistance. I'd love to see how the workflow goes and understand it better. And literally after the first time I helped in the kitchen, I went home to my partner and I told her I'm going to buy into this business. It's like, I've not talked to Fraser about this at all yet. Yeah. And I've helped him one night. I was like, but this will also be my business. And that's exactly what happened. I helped him out for another month or so. He came around again to my long weekend holiday party. And it was the day after that. We both very hungover had a discussion at my kitchen table saying, let's do it. Let's partner up. Let's continue to grow it and see where it goes from there.
I think more businesses should start with hangover conversations. Like, I think you're so vulnerable. I just want the water right now. I don't care.
So the best part is there was leftover ice cream sandwiches in the freezer to help us through it.
Yeah. So many walls are down when you're just like, I can't be bothered to try and sugarcoat any of this. Let's just be frank, because neither of us can be bothered to try and do some sort of dance. And that's the best. That's kind of an attitude that we have with how we generally operate is communication is
it's actually we're going to say hungover. That's our pillar.
Sometimes just to know how good we've got it. When we're
Sometimes you gotta restabilize that, like give yourself baseline again.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, communication is one of our main tenets, and I think that's we both fill gaps where the other feels like they fall short. Like Bryce said, he's not creative. Absolutely not true. He is such a creative person thinking around problems, coming up with different solutions, even for processes that we've had in place for like a year. The other day, he was like, I was just thinking about this, and if we did it this way, it would take a quarter of the time.
Yeah.
And we were like, why have we been doing it this way for a year? That's so obvious and so smart. So like, creativity obviously is a really important thing.
Yeah.
For me, as a attempting designer, but it spans so much more than just putting like pen to paper or having the Adobe suite on your computer. It's creative in all aspects of business. And so we both fill different niches and different roles complementary to each other, and our temperament and attitudes both match. Our morals both match pretty consistently. And so, yeah, Bryce came on board immediately. It was just all of those gaps where I was like, I'm doing them because I have to, like going out to restaurants and cafes and stores and trying to find businesses that would pick up my sandwiches. All of that side of things on top of the rest of it, including doing a day job, just seemed pretty insurmountable in the long run. And I was like, I don't know how long this is going to go on for.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Bryce came in, I was like, this just makes so much sense now. Makes so much more sense. And we can jive with each other, like bounce ideas off each other. And
well, that's usually how it goes. You know, I get a little annoyed, you're texting Fraser again at 11:30 at night in bed. So are you going to show him what Pokemon cards you pulled too?
yes, our conversations are exclusively ice cream and Pokemon.
Wow. Okay. Got to keep those boundaries in business, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I was really excited about to have you both on today to chat, because I just feel like, you know, there's so many things like. My boss, Erin at Born, she gave me this book forever ago. She was like, you need to read this. And I'm like, oh my God, it's great. It's called Who, Not How. And it's all about figuring out, the question is, who can do this? Not how can I do this? Because you end up spending a lot of time and money and energy for sometimes this crappier project. And sometimes it's just easier to get that person who is the graphic designer to do this. So sometimes it is, and I get it, as you're starting off as a business, you're like, okay, what can I do by myself, because I need to save money and I'm not making any money, so I can't pay anybody, so I'm not going to pay me. But you need to start having someone to help you, and then trying to grow. You can only do so much and grow so much as one person. So is communication that like number one key to a successful partnership?
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
And it's you know, it's frequent touch-ins, and even, you know, on a personal level, you know, it's like Fraser said, we have a really good vibe. We understand each other very well. We're very similar in a lot of ways. It's just convenient. So it's also a little self-reflective on it, where you can, you know, you can acknowledge when the other one's a little bit down and you go, okay, I need to pick it up a little bit. But I think it kind of works the inverse way too, where you're like, okay, I'm noticing the other person's picking up my slack now. Like I need to, you know, pull up my bootstraps. And I think it's a really good ebb and flow we have, and it comes down to communications and check-ins, and whether it's just like a, hey, is everything going all right?
Yeah.
You know, and even if it is literally, how was your day today?
Yeah.
Is how we start every conversation in the kitchen. How are you doing?
Yeah.
So, and from there, it's, you know, you can set up a good day, a good week, a good month, just making sure that everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely between us is that keystone, like brand mission statement, business statement,
all those things.
all of those things. But communication extends beyond between just us two. We coincidentally, one of the things that kind of gives us a lot of hope as a business is when we try and interact and communicate with other businesses. Some of them are incredible. Like, we wouldn't meet wonderful people like you if Born and Cabin and other small local businesses that get it weren't good with communication. We wouldn't be able to build those relationships. Some businesses that we've been speaking to, I don't know how they get anything done. And it's crazy to see very successful businesses with that lack of communication. And so it kind of reinforces that, at least in me, it reinforces in me that I need to be giving 110% to every time I'm talking to Bryce about the business. Anytime I'm emailing or calling or going in person to try and sell something or just like meet someone, explaining the business, this podcast, it's all trying to give 110% in communication, because that's such an important foundation. That's how you build trust with people.
Yeah.
That's how you prove that you are capable. Like if you're in a situation where you're a lot of say, don't show, which is what you are when you're a new business. You're a lot of, I can do this. I don't have proof right now.
Yeah.
But I can do this. You've got to, all those areas where you don't have that proof, you have to be able to show it in any other aspect of the business that people are touching. And that's the brand, that's communication, that's any touch point that people are having with your business. At least that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I think you summed it up pretty well there.
Yeah, I mean, even I, like, as an entertainer, business host who goes to different places all the time, I know the places that I'm like, oh, I definitely want to work with you again. Like, you've been great to communicate with. You've been on top of everything. I've shared you what you asked for me. I've asked you for things. You've given them to me. It's been great. And then there's other businesses, people are like, oh, how come you're not at XYZ anymore? I'm like, because I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't being communicated with. I'd show up and they'd be like, oh, yeah, well, we didn't really promote it. So I'm like, okay, money, please.
Well, this communication is like, it's just like the first line of trust that's built, right? Like if you show like your first interaction with someone is saying, hi, introducing yourself. If you can't keep that first basic interaction going, like how do you establish trust off that?
Yeah.
Like, that's your first impression.
Yeah. Well, it's the same when I tell the businesses too, like the places, like, they reached out to me. They want me to host an event for them because they want to get some more people in. Totally cool. And I say to them, I'm like, look, this is an equal partnership here. You're advertising as much as I'm advertising. Half the people there the night of the event should be my people who are, oh, Craig's hosting a thing. Maybe it's close to their area. And they're like, we never get to go out to Craig's events because it's too far for us. This is perfect for us. Your people are like, oh, and we're here. We'd like to come to this venue. Cool. They're doing trivia. Name that tune. Bingo, whatever. And then it's equal people in the crowd. And then afterwards, they start following me on Instagram, the businesses, and they go, oh, hey, remember that time we were at Club XYZ and that guy hosted trivia? Well, he's doing a Friends trivia at this place. You love Friends. Let's go to that. And then my people are going, oh, remember when we went to Trivia Daddy's event at Club XYZ? That was pretty cool. And I saw that, I just saw on Instagram, they released a new beer. Should we go check that out? And it's like, that's how we help each other out as businesses. Yeah.
Yeah, cross-pollination. It's, key.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yet it doesn't seem to be the case.
We've had good and bad. And I'm sure, you'd had the same.
Yeah.
How do you find that piece? Because obviously you've got such an outward-facing role. You present very extroverted, especially when you're presenting, doing bingo, doing quizzes. You're the energy, like a much harder job than like a stand-up comedian or someone performing theater. You have so much on your shoulders as a host, especially in an environment where 50% of people might not have realized you were there because they're just patrons of that business. How do you find that going into it from a communication standpoint?
So I definitely try to make sure there's like, okay, because there's some places that are like, oh, we will still like to keep open for everybody else. I'm like, okay, but can we, like, I'm not just thinking about me trying to entertain people. I'm trying to think of the crowd. And there's been times where I'm looking and I can see, there'll be people playing, maybe they've got a shuffleboard there or they've got darts or something. And they've got people here that are not here for trivia and they're just playing and they're being loud. And the bar staff hasn't said anything to them because they're like, whatever, it's money. But you can see the people who came for trivia just like getting uncomfortable and annoyed. And then I'm like, okay, and then I find out, they don't come back, or they say like, oh, it's fun, but like it just wasn't
It was
fantastic.
distracting.
So, I try to make sure that I let the staff, like the venue know, like, look, people are coming to this. Like, you've asked me to come to host something here, then you need to allow this, and for these people to come, because it will put a bad taste in their mouth if they're like, well, that was boring. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
It's like the people behind us were having more fun
Yeah.
not doing trivia.
Yeah, because then it does distract me as they're being louder. Like, there was one night, I forget which brewery it was at, but there was a little corner spot, and everybody else was full in there, and these people were like, it was kind of crappy weather outside, so they were sitting inside instead of sitting on the patio, and they were just getting louder as I was getting louder, and I literally just went to the bar staff and I went, "You need to tell them to leave." Like,
That's the wrong kind of match here.
And also, you're like, I'm the one with a mic and speak.
I have a microphone.
Gonna be loud.
All these people who are being quiet right now, it's because these 60 people are here to see me and hear me. So shut up. But that's what I do find. I find it is better being with the breweries and the local smaller businesses. It's a little bit easier to communicate with them because they're all understanding and on the same vibe. And I just feel like there's a different vibe at breweries than there is your standard bar and pub.
It definitely feels more communal. Like,
Yeah.
they've established that community, they've established that space, and they get those same, like, this crowds and interactions. Like you said earlier, with that organic interaction of, oh, I love this place. They launched a new beer. I'm going to take my new friends and expose them to it. So it's just, you get that in the brewery scene.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's just it. Even like serving at Bourne, like there's just these random times, and it's usually a Friday or Saturday night where, it's always the same type of people in there. There's people getting rowdy, but like rowdy, like quotation marks, rowdy at 9:30 p.m. on a Friday.
Just like shuffleable a little too
Yeah.
aggressively.
And then all of a sudden this group comes in, and they'll either be like the 18, 19-year-olds who have just been experiencing clubs and bars and thinking that that's what it's like. And they're like, what do you got for shots? And you're like, nope.
I need to do 5-ounce pours.
Yeah. As soon as the group comes in and you hear something about shots, and you're like, oh no. You're like, you don't belong at a brewery. Like, you don't. It's a different vibe.
They'll grow into it.
Yeah. They will.
You introduce it young, and then when they get to the club and they're there for they've been there 5 times, they're realizing, oh, this is a horrible experience.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just enjoy a drink with my friends.
I just maybe do some trivia.
I just want to
Trivia.
do trivia, drink a delicious craft beer, not pay $10 for a Budweiser, and I want a delicious ice cream sandwich.
Absolutely.
I'm not getting an ice cream sandwich at Cowboys. I assume not.
Not yet. I mean, who knows?
And if they're listening,
Cowboys.
I take back what I said. Bars are great.
I kick back too. I'll do something there. But
Yeah.
you guys do have such and maybe it is that it is a small business and everything, but there's something that fits so well with your guys' brands at breweries, and I think part of it is what you guys stand for as humans, and making it clear, like being involved with like skipping zones and stuff. I think that's so important because so many businesses, especially nowadays when we're trying to figure out what can do, who can do what, who can say what.
Yeah.
And just, I think that's what A, I love about you guys, but B, like, is what makes you guys such a good fit when it comes to like the breweries and other small businesses. Would you agree with that?
I mean, do you want to get you go?
I think so. Yeah, it's like you said, it's difficult to navigate, and it's when you're finding those, again, like communal spaces, like the people that are trying to be inclusive and saying, hey, we know it's crazy out there, like we've got a spot for you, we've got a home for you. Like, that's the businesses that we want to do business with, because that's the people we're trying our best to be. That's why we're a part of Skipping Stones trans affirming network. That's why we try and do our best to just be good allies, and be understanding of kind of everyone in every situation, like regardless of their politics or their religion or like their race or their upbringing or whatever hardships they might have faced, or microaggressions or large aggressions.
Yeah.
It's crazy out there for everyone, and those are the businesses we try and approach the most, I think, because they're the people that get it, and that they're just there to serve beer, provide a safe, warm, fun place to be, and just leave everything else at the door. And that's kind of what we're about.
Yeah.
And it's very nice to hear, because one of the things we talk about a lot is the brewery scene in Calgary and how all of these small businesses operate on a kind of, from the outside at least, when one of us succeeds, we all succeed.
Yeah.
That's really lovely to see in business, because so much of what you see and hear is you need to cut down the competition so that you can have a larger market share. Whereas the attitude here of inclusivity, not just in audience, but inclusivity from other businesses, and that attitude of when one of us succeeds, we all succeed, is one of the things we've talked about with our approach.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to do some sort of collaboration with ice cream, and there's some just unbelievable ice cream places in Calgary. It's probably one of the best places in North America to get ice cream because of the variety and the quality in the market space. So it's been difficult to kind of reconcile that we're trying to enter this space of like prestige.
And especially with, like you said, that approach of, all ships can rise. Yeah. We're punching a little bit out of our weight class as, two guys working out of a little kitchen, but, and just trying to come in and reframe it as, there's enough space for everyone. Like there's always room for ice cream.
There is. I mean, this is it. There's always room for ice cream. There's always room for beers. Like, I know every time that I'm working at Born and I'm like checking people, I'm like, oh, what are you up to next? And I'm like, oh, we're gonna go over to Cabin. And someone's like, shh, no, that's the competition. I'm like, that's not the competition. Like, look, we're this stupid industrial area. How would we survive as the only brewery like in this area?
No one's coming down here.
Fail. Like,
So you have the business
yeah,
around you.
we have these people coming down on Saturdays and Sundays doing brewery crawls. Like, that's how we keep successful. Like, people want to go and try these different things. So, I don't know.
Yeah, how have the brewery bikes been?
I hate the brewery bikes. I'm saying right now, as a working person, they're just, because the people on the bikes, for the most part, don't want beer.
They're the people coming in for shots.
Yeah. And they're like, and Born's really gone like, and Cabin also has, we got a bit more non-beer options for alcohol. But it's still like, you're going on a brewery crawl, like you're going specifically to breweries. Like, I get going at, as we established, your ice cream sandwiches, like gluten friendly, like gluten free, celiac friendly. Obviously craft beer's not that, but when you've got those friends coming out with you, there's 4 of you and 3 of you can drink craft beer, 1 of you can't. You need those options, and that's nice to do that. But when 10 of you all are like, we don't drink beer, why are you here?
It's inspiring me. There's room for ice cream, but there's room for bike and brew, and there's room for bike and lemon drop as well.
Yes,
like there's a mart.
Yeah, like I did a pedal pub downtown, and we did. This was a couple years ago. This was pre-COVID. Jesus, that was a long time ago.
Time.
Yes. It was, and we did. We actually, weirdly enough, the pickup point was Village Ice Cream.
Perfect. Great.
Nice. Look, they weren't even open yet. Like, it was 11 a.m. on a Saturday. Right?
So that's just the pickup point.
Yeah, just the pickup point. And then we did Last Best. We did National up on 17th. And I think there was one other location. But these were places that were beers, being a bigger thing. But they had you, if you just wanted rum and Coke, if you wanted cider or something.
Right, okay.
Those are great. So I feel like that's fantastic. And even Inglewood, Inglewood, there's actually a little bit less breweries now. They're with Old Beautiful being gone. It kind of works better as like, again, the crowd, but yeah, people need to make sure they know what they're booking, because that's my biggest complaint.
Was usually one person.
Yes.
I want to do this for my birthday. Let's tag along.
Yeah.
And then there's 9 people getting carried along.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to
but just
4 or 5 breweries.
There's just so many of them are so many people. I was part of the opening team of Revival Brewcade, which is now Burn Block. And we,
Love that place.
That was like when pedal pubs just started, and we were selling punchfuls. which were like the giant, it's exactly what it says,
Mhm.
punch bowl. It's like $40, but it's got a bunch of alcohol in it. And they'd order these, and I'm like, no. They're like, no. I was like, you don't have time.
You've got 20 minutes and you have to be back on the bike.
They're like, no, we've got it. I was like,
We told you to pre-order ahead.
yeah, I was like, it's gonna take probably like, I was like, because it was a busy Saturday. I was like, it's gonna take me 5-10 minutes to get you this or whatever. Like, it's fine. I'm like, okay. So I make it for them and bring to them. By the time they have to leave, I mean, more than 2/3 is still left. Like,
Yeah.
Rip. Oh, pour it out.
yeah. So I'm like, well, that was your $40.
That's on
Sucks
that
to
point.
suck. Okay, I want to talk before we run out of time because it was just, I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. And I was like, those three of us are gonna have the best conversation, but it's gonna go all over the place.
They're just passing time with
I'm going to learn more about you as well, Craig.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we can chat more about me. I have no problem with that. But I want to talk about you guys because holy shit, ice cream sandwiches are fucking delicious. Double swears in that sense.
Thank you.
I love your guys' stuff. So how do you come up with, because you have your cores and then it's spooky season now as this is being released in October here, so it's spooky season and you got the witch's brew, right?
Basic Witch.
Basic witch, yes. So you have some seasonal ones, but how do you come up with the flavors, decide what works what won't? Like, how do we do this?
I think some of it's a little off the cuff, and then some of it is a little bit preordained. So last fall we actually we picked a few places. We wanted to talk about like the vision of Holy Shit and where we see it going and what we want our future to look like, whether that's a parlor or a cafe, or maybe we just keep it in a kitchen selling ice cream, whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
So we went and tried a bunch of different food and a bunch of different cocktails and drinks and coffees and matchas from all these other places, and we just kind of consolidated what spoke out to us the most, what flavor combinations we liked, what things we really leaned into. So there's some of it, like we did the Matcha Made in Heaven for Ice Cream Fest this year with Meals on Wheels. So that one was because we went to Sought and Found, and they had this incredible like strawberry co-ferment coffee.
Well, it was a
matcha.
It was a matcha coffee, but the notes in the coffee made it taste a little bit like strawberry. There was actually no strawberry in it. It was crazy good. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, not at all. Yeah, no. And so we were, oh, cool. So we got to do a strawberry matcha at some point. We got to find an excuse to make it. Sometimes they're pretty vibes based. Like last year we did the nightcap at Christmas time. That was me just going, what if we did a hot butter rum as an ice cream sandwich? And we went from there. Or, Terry's chocolate orange. We have his legally distinct cousin Barry, maybe coming back in December. Chocolate orange flavor.
I did remember that. I will tell you, we're going to be fully honest right now. Because I had ordered some and I had it. And let me tell you, super stoned, watching Jingle All the Way. Remembering I had the ice cream sandwiches in my freezer going, oh, yes.
It was like it was Christmas morning and you opened up a Turbo Man.
Yeah.
But it was very chocolate orange.
It was exactly that. And listeners at home who have never been to my apartment, which is good. Most of you, I hope.
It's amazing, by the way.
But like, you guys can see where my TV is. I was so excited. I'm standing where my freezer is, taking it out and just like watching it, but standing there. Like I didn't even make it back to the couch. I was just like, yes.
So that's what we want.
Yeah.
So we have those concepts is how we come up with a lot of flavors for ourselves. And then we have our exclusive collaborations with businesses.
Yeah.
So Calcutta Cricket Club, amazing West Indian restaurant, downtown. We have an exclusive flavor with them. 88 Brewing / Paul & Street Pizza. We have an exclusive flavor with them, and Amaranth Food Markets. We have an exclusive flavor with them. And the way those work is we sit down with them, and one of my favorite questions is, what's your favorite dessert?
Yeah.
And you either see people's eyes light up because they fucking love desserts, or you see the dead black eyes of a shark because they're a crazy person that does not like desserts, like my wife. And that's really how those conversations start, is I they love like Calcutta, they love chai, they love these traditional Indian cookies, the like kind of butter ginger cookies. And so it was just talking with their chef, Amit, incredible dude, amazing chef, talking with him about like what flavor combinations he likes, picking his brain as a professional cook on how might you theoretically make these from scratch. Everything we do is from scratch, and it culminated in us figuring out a chai custard as the base for the ice cream and these ginger cookies and a rose caramel glaze. And so it is ultimately just sitting down with them, asking what dessert they like, and then us taking that away and being like, okay, here are the flavor profiles of a dessert like this, here are the different pieces of a dessert like this, how can we fit that into our kind of 4-layer combo that we have, which is a cookie / brownie / sponge layer, a flavor layer, the ice cream, and then the subsequent other cookie / brownie / sponge layer. How do we fit the elements of these desserts that people love into those 4 pieces that we are part of every single one of our Sammys? And it's worked out so far. Yeah. I mean, it takes some trial and error, and like, you know, we're still learning. We're still figuring things out as well, which is the most fun thing about this is, and there's nothing better than seeing Bryce. Whenever we work on a new flavor, we take a little offcut and we take a bite, and seeing Bryce like have to take a lap because he loves it so much.
We talked about those 2 people that love dessert and then hate dessert.
Yeah.
I make the people that love dessert look like they hate dessert.
Wow.
I'm a sugar
guys. We're both big sweets guys for sure.
Yeah, and that's definitely the funnest part too, is, you know, not only getting to work and communicate and collaborate with the local business, but then, okay, go back to the kitchen and, you know, workshop and trial and error and like, ooh, let's try this, let's try that. Do we think it'll work this way? We're going to find out the fun way.
Yeah.
And then getting to go back to them with our product where we've already got, you know, our internal revisions and okay, we've got our improvements, but having them go, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, you want our name on this? And we're like, wait, you want your name on our thing? It's like a cool, like, full circle moment. Like, everyone's just excited and jonesing and just ready to get it on the menu or on the shelf and yeah, it's just super cool, super fun experience.
It's like a reverse, the opposite of a vicious circle where it's just you want to be a part of the wait.
It's an aggressively kind circle.
I like that. We need more of those.
Aggressive kindness.
Aggressive kindness.
I like that.
So do you guys have this on your phones? Do you have a whiteboard at your station of like, someday we're gonna do these, but we haven't cracked these?
Yes, I actually
legitimately this morning.
Legitimately this morning I brought my whiteboard over to Fraser's house. Yeah, so we've got a whiteboard. We've got some stuff with a pin in it, like where we couldn't completely figure it out, but we wanted to. Like, we wanted to have a spicy sandwich at one point. So, but we went, okay, we can't really spread like the chili honey syrup glaze we made evenly. So some bites would be like, oh, this is perfect. And some bites you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die. But it's also kind of nice because you get the ice cream right there to cool it. Like,
That was a flavor combo that was inspired on the same day. We went to
Lulu Bar.
Was it Lulu Bar?
Lulu Bar.
Yeah, okay. We went to Lulu Bar, got their calamari, which was like a pineapple lime hot honey like calamari dish, like starter dish. Amazing flavors. And so we were like, we reckon we can nail.
Yeah.
We'll take the squid out.
Yeah.
We reckon we can nail this like pineapple, make a really nice hot honey tropical flavor combo. And so
I think we got close. But then, we went, okay, we got to shelve it for now and get rolling on the staples and the new seasonals. And
I'm still 99% sure I can nail a bacon sandwich as an ice cream sandwich. I'm so sure I can do it.
there's very few things we disagree on. I think this is one of them we can count on one hand.
Like you have those crazy flavors at Stampede.
Yeah.
Like who wants mustard and tomato ketchup ice cream?
Yeah.
Maybe you throw some.
I think I have a video. I'll show you guys afterwards, but I have a video of me. I think it was the ketchup ice cream I tried at Stampede a couple years ago, and I decided I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like do a reaction video. This, there's a lot of emotions that happen. Take it, I confuse, maybe, then nope. Wait, have another one. Nope, no. So like, I spent $8 on this. So I'm eating this all.
It's the same time period that people were putting yellow mustard on watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Apparently it works, but I'm not a huge.
Well, I need to try that.
Yeah.
Watermelon's just. Why do people think a big deal about watermelon? Like, if we're talking like watermelon candy, like artificial watermelon flavor.
Jolly Rancher.
Not
Yeah, yeah.
Not for me.
But like, watermelon is just like, if someone gave me a slice of watermelon, people are always like, I brought in watermelon slice. I'm like, cool, great. Let me just eat my water.
I feel like it should be punchier. I'm like, it's watered down watermelon.
Yeah.
I know that's how it works, but like,
I'm not a huge fan of it, but when I have a bite, I'm like, this is so refreshing.
Yeah.
It is really nice and light and refreshing. And if you've like,
maybe that's how people who like cucumbers feel.
no, those people can go away.
Yeah.
I won't get too aggressive on here, but I have a deep-seated hatred for cucumber.
I get cucumbers. Okay, I get cucumbers. Like, I'll buy them because I'll be like, this would be my healthy snack. And then what happens? How long has the cucumber been in my fridge? I'm like, I don't want to cut this up. I don't have the time for this. I'm like, no.
Pickled itself.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want a pickle in the end.
Yeah. I don't mind pickles. Pickles can go.
Pickles are delicious.
They're just vinegar.
Yeah, I have one friend, one of my dear friends. My biggest problems with her is that she doesn't like pickles, which at times I'm okay because if we go out to eat,
You get extra pickles.
I get them. But like,
Hell yeah.
just I don't know. There's something about it. Pickles. What's wrong with pickles?
They come from cucumbers. Yeah. I don't like either.
It's it's risky when you have like a nice restaurant and they've made their homemade pickles. So I'm like, it's either gonna be cucumber with vinegar on it, or it's gonna be like a decent pickle. But I'm not willing to take that risk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bryce, what is a flavor that you might have? I don't know if you've got any in a lockbox in your head that you haven't really vocalized yet. Any that you?
I don't think anything locked away. There's one that I want to approach, but it's such like it seems like such a hurdle.
Yeah.
To do properly, would be a s'mores one. Like I would be a fiend for a proper s'mores ice cream sandwich, and it's one we've talked about. We're like, oh, but like these are the challenges, and it's like they're pretty steep challenges when you, especially with the gluten-free aspect.
Yeah,
because it comes down to a lot of because we are a business. Ultimately, it comes down to cost. So I have made a s'mores one in the past. It was chocolate ice cream and then like a melted marshmallow and a graham cracker layers, which is ultimately what a s'more is. But like Bryce said, it's the gluten-free aspect and the cost to produce.
Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to mention that like your guys' sandwiches are very affordable. I've told you this before when you guys are at like doing a pop-up somewhere. Like there's been other businesses, other food establishments that have done pop-ups at different places that I've been at, either just working, host an event, or just drinking, hanging out with friends. And you're like, oh, that looks delicious. And then you see the cost, you're like, oh, that's okay, well, what do you get with that? Oh, that's okay. That's not really worth it. But you guys are like super affordable. And not even like, and the other thing is it's the perfect size too, because you can have a couple if you want. Yeah. But you can have one and you're good. Too many times, especially when it comes to ice cream things, I find people go too big.
Yeah.
And like I can eat ice cream until I get sick. So don't give me that option.
Can and will.
Yeah. But that, it's must be it's a fun, difficult, challenging. Let's see what we can do. Business aspect of you wanting that price point affordable, but you also need the ingredients and you need quality ingredients, and we're not just going to throw stuff in. So just for the sake of it. So that must be the fun part.
Kind of. I mean, it was a challenge that came up at the beginning of this year when things went pretty crazy.
Yeah,
tariffs and a lot of people's grocery budgets had to increase dramatically. It was the same for us, and it ultimately came back to that communication piece. And so we were like, we have to increase the price. We can increase it to this amount that it's currently at, and adjust our other deals, because we have a 10-pack and a 20-pack, and adjust our deals accordingly. But how do we, we live in this world. We experience how other businesses do businesses. We've both worked previously in businesses where we weren't a huge fan of how they operated and how they communicated.
Yeah.
How do we change that? How do we approach that as Holy Shit Ice Cream? And ultimately it came down to us being very transparent in a social video.
Yeah.
Most of our marketing is done on socials.
Yeah.
And just explaining like, hey guys, we're trying to keep this as affordable as possible. Here's the reasons why we're doing this, and here is how much it's increasing. We are so grateful for all of the business that you give us already. And just being very clear and open and honest about it. And we saw inversely like an actual little bit of an uptick in the following month after that video was released from that transparency.
Yeah.
And it might have just been because that reel did really well and got to more people. But I like to think that it was because we are operating from a point of honesty that people can recognize that and want to do business with us.
Yeah. And I think, to add on to your point about, especially previous experience, like I come from telecom and mobility where, who knows what they're paying for their cell phone bill?
Who knows?
And the prices are all made up. And that's something that I have died on the hill on so many times, my previous role, in my day job. And something I really wanted to translate into Holy Shit as well is that, we're maintaining the same price regardless of where it is, who's selling it. No one's overpricing. We're not giving artificial discounts. We're not going to a pop-up and, upping the price $1 because we can, quote unquote, get away with it.
Yeah.
Just being transparent, going like, this is the ingredients we're putting in. This is the price that we're selling it for. If someone's, price lower, price higher, cool, that's their prerogative. But we just want to be open and transparent and honest and just give the everyday good deal. So,
Yeah. No, I like it. That's good to me.
yeah.
Before we're gonna start wrapping up here soon, because I was like, oh, we can just talk forever. I wanted to ask you guys, and you just mentioned about being on site. What is it like when you guys get to do the pop-ups? When you're actually like, it's cool to go to the grocery store and see your sandwiches, or go to 88, go to Calcutta, but like to actually be at the brewery. What's that like for you guys? What do you enjoy about it?
It is probably one of the most fulfilling and rewarding feelings, especially, when, we're doing this around our full-time jobs and careers. So, sometimes it's tough to put in that extra 3-4 hours on a Tuesday night at 7:00, when you've just had a 9-hour day at work.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, and I'm going to get home at midnight and then I got a meal prep and then but when you go to a market and all of a sudden there's like a 5-year-old kid that walks in and is screaming, I can have everything here. Everything is gluten-free.
Yeah.
Or there's the people that have told us, I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, because it's bad or doesn't exist or whatever the case is. Like whenever you get those things, it's all of a sudden the energy comes back and you are like fueled. You're like, I am good for the next 6 months. Yeah. It feels like that's the reason why you're doing it, right? It's, you're seeing just impacts that you didn't think would happen. Cause it's like you said, you see it at the grocery store, it's an ice cream sandwich, you pick it up off the shelf. But those are the interactions that are actually going on behind the scenes. So getting to see those firsthand instead of just producing, dropping off, and that's the end of it. Super rewarding.
Yeah. Fraser?
Bryce nailed it. It's perfect. Yeah. I've got nothing I can add to that. It's just lovely seeing people who we've never met before.
Yeah.
Interacting with it.
And then seeing someone that we haven't met before come back a second or third or fourth time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at, trivia nights, like when we do pop-ups with you and we go, oh, good, we're excited you're here again.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what do you mean? It's like, us? Is that me saying it, though?
You're the first one, yes.
You warm us up, and then your customers also.
Yeah. I get excited every time because I love your guys' stuff. So as we start wrapping up here, so I haven't had a bad one of your guys' sandwiches. I love them all. The salted dog surprises me that's one of my favorites because that's not normally a style to go for, but I love it so much. What are your guys' like? Do you have a favorite? Like it's like picking children. I mean, I don't have kids, but I know that people lie when they say they don't have a favorite because I don't care if they're listening. I have favorite niece. I have a favorite nephew, and sometimes it changes.
Oh yeah, it's a moving target.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Fraser said, it changes all the time. But I think overall, my favorite one is the one we make for Calcutta. Is the cricketer. Like there's something about like the chai and then the rose caramel and then the cookie, the ginger comes through, and it's just like this crazy wave of flavors, kind of just rolling through it all.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I think day to day of our like core flavors, so the 4 core flavors we have year round, it would be the same as you. It'd be the salty dog. That was like one of the first ones I made as well. So it holds like a historical place in my heart.
Yeah.
In terms of flavors we've made, I think probably the matcha made in heaven, the strawberry matcha we had for Meals on Wheels recently, just it goes hard.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like because even though I love sugar and I love sweets, sometimes it can get a bit too rich, it can get a bit too much, but just having that nice like culinary grade matcha cutting through some of that sweetness and bringing that other dimension to it just was so good.
Yeah. Well, your guys' stuff is delicious, like I mentioned multiple times today.
Keep saying it.
Yeah. So, we've established some places where people can go find your stuff all the time. 88, Calcutta, and then, which?
Amaranth. They have our 4 core flavors.
Yep.
And then they also have an exclusive flavor as well.
You've got a couple places, and then of course pop-ups, follow you on social media and you'll be able to find it. But, as this is coming out, this is, I think, you're thinking about Thanksgiving right now, or maybe you're listening to this and you're thinking about Christmas or something like that, because this was the dessert I brought for my family for Christmas this past year, was a bunch of ice cream sandwiches. So people can get your stuff online.
Yes, yeah. So we do like singles basically at all of our locations, which are available on the website with, Google Maps directions how to get there, or you can order directly through us. We do 10 packs, 20 packs, gift with purchase on the 20 pack as well, at a little bit of a discounted rate. So
Yeah, so that's holyshiticecream.ca. Follow us on socials. That's pretty much mostly how we communicate. It's at Holy Shit Ice Cream on Instagram. And yeah, you can order as many or as few as you want from the website. We have pickup windows throughout the week when we're in our kitchen. We're down near Chinook Mall, near Bourne and
so you can get grab a Sammy and a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the elephants.
Or we do deliveries on Sundays as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else we haven't covered that you want people to know about Holy Shit Ice Cream?
We talked a lot. I don't usually talk about myself this much.
Well, I don't think so. Just, we're excited that we're able to keep doing it. We're about 1.5 years in now. It's been such an incredible learning curve, adventure. And at the core of it, just fun overall, which I think, like, if anyone's going into business, it has to revolve around, it has to be fun. Yeah. There has to be some aspect of fun involved, and it should probably be on the higher end of the list.
And it's ice cream, man.
And it's ice cream, so it has to be fun.
It's got to be fun. Yeah. I guess for me, just a huge thank you to you as a champion of our stuff, but also anyone who's bought a single, and all of our repeat customers. Everyone is so incredible, and it means so much to us who are just, like Bryce said, it's just 2 dudes making ice cream in a kitchen as our kind of like hobby business. It just means a huge amount. And just keep an eye out, because later this week, I don't know when this is being released, but maybe it will already be out. Perfect flavor for Thanksgiving is our basic witch flavor.
Yes.
Craig is going to be trying that post podcast. But it's a pumpkin spiced flavor, which is awesome. And then follow us for all of the other exclusives that we're going to be bringing out throughout the year. Yeah. And typically our exclusives also, we end up taking a portion of the profits and donating to a worthwhile cause as well.
Yeah, so with Basic Witch as well, we'll be donating proceeds to Calgary Pride and Kids Health Fund.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. See, you get sweets and you get to give back and you support a local business.
And you get ice cream.
Everyone wins.
It's the aggressive happiness circle.
That's our new model. Maybe we'll post that.
That's our business model.
The aggressive happiness circle. I love that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Fraser. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, Holy Shit Ice Cream. Check them out on social media. Holy Shit Ice Cream. Check out their website. As Fraser mentioned, the different ways you can get them. Fantastic stuff. New flavor out now for the spooky season, if you will. But yeah, make sure to follow me on social media, Passing Time with Craig, for all the fun ways to pass the time. PTW Craig. Otherwise, we'll chat soon. Bye.